Hey there, real gamers and gatekeepers, Retro Rob here, and it is time to take a look at my Dreamcast collection. It looks like I haven't done a Dreamcast collection video in like 5 years, and that video was like in 20 frames per second. It was some really rough recording from an earlier and simpler time. But anyway, I'm going to start doing some Dreamcast games again. I used to do them as a series. Those I've mostly removed over time just due to copyright issues. The music, usually. But nowadays I can strip that out, and in some cases they've eased up on that kind of thing, so I'm hoping to do a few more Dreamcast things. I do have also some more PXN controllers coming up. I think you're going to like these. I'll be talking about those really soon. But anyway, yeah, there's quite a bit to go through. I'm going to note that I have about 5 Dreamcasts. I'm only going to show 2 of them. There's 2 that are different from the rest. I'm going to show those. Everybody's seen a white Dreamcast. You don't need to see my whole stack of Dreamcasts. Anyway, let's get going. Hello Kitty Dreamcast! Oh yeah! Every owner should have a Hello Kitty Dreamcast. I do have the keyboard and pretty much everything original for this, but I'm going to note that this one is heavily modded. Now, a couple things. Notice the blue LED. It runs everything out of the box, no disc swapping, no nothing. It'll pretty much run anything I throw at it and from any region. Now, here's the thing though, because I know people are going to complain, oh, you modded the Dreamcast. Actually, the original Japanese guts of this I still have. They're wrapped up in plastic and stored away. So if I ever want to return this to its original glory, I just have to swap the cover. So everything here, you know, these are all original, except for this. I kept the original VMU in storage, and the original guts in storage. But, you know, it's the original controller and everything, and this is my daily driver. I actually like using this guy. Also have this HDMI cable for it, just a little easier to use. I also have a couple of VGA ones for it. One decent one really crappy one. They're in storage. I'm not going to bother plucking them out, but both of them are okay. I have found that just the single cords, they're a little bit cheap and flimsy, so something to note if you ever want to pick one up. Here's another interesting piece of my collection. What's so interesting about a boring old white Dreamcast? Well, it's a sleeper, because this actually reads from SD card. So this has the GD EMU mod on it, and it works okay. This is a really old version of the mod. It's among the first ones. It's a few years old, but it works just fine. I throw a few new games on here every once in a while. It's really a good Dreamcast to have for shows if you're going to them. You'll probably see this one if you go to MGC. I'll be bringing this one this year. And it's got a controller and everything for it. I have plenty of VMUs, etc., and different cables and goodies for it. But that's not what you probably came here for. I think you came here to see what games I've got. Let's get started on that, because it's going to be a bit of a trip. Alright, let's get started with Armada, one of my favorite games for the Dreamcast. And right here, you can see the back. It is a 1 to 4 player top-down shooter RPG. It is, you know, I can't really say enough good about it. If you have friends, definitely have them play with you. Anyway, on the back it says, do you have what it takes to defeat the alien armada? Play simultaneously with up to 4 of your friends to blast the alien hordes in this action RPG world. Use the VMU to store information about your newly acquired technology and skills. Invite your friends to bring their ships to come fight in your game, or just trade items that you have found. And it's a beautiful game. Graphics and sound are both awesome. And of course, here we go. I've got the manual and the disc. That one's complete. Next, we've got Outrigger, which, sorry about the angle on this one. But Outrigger, as I recall, this was a spy thriller, first-person shooter. I wasn't a big fan of first-person shooters on the Dreamcast, but then I had a computer to do that stuff, and I understood the greatness of a keyboard and mouse and how awful the Dreamcast controller could be to control these. As I recall, there was a set piece where there was like a hurricane or tornado, and you were shooting in it. So graphically, I guess it was pretty good. I thought it was going to be the start of a series, but apparently never took off because I never heard of it getting a sequel. Maybe it did. Let me know in the comments down below. Sometimes there's a sequel that I don't know about. Next, we have Pen Triathlon. My friend Jim turned me on to this game years ago. Had several copies. This one's sealed. And let's play. Funny animal characters. Funny animal characters. Yeah, okay. Funny animal characters compete in a madcap triathlon on ice. Select one of 7 whimsical characters, including a penguin, shark, walrus, hippo, octopus, bird, or dog. Race against each other or against the clock in 3 unique events, including belly surfing, ice hockey, and swimming. Yeah, good stuff. Another one of those games that's great for 4-player. Dreamcast is one of those game systems that is really, really packed full of wonderful multiplayer games, and since it has 4 ports on the front, I can't talk. That's it. I just give up. I'm not talking ever again. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But anyway, since it's got 4 ports on the front, it just had a lot of games like that. Next, we have Grandiotu, which is, of course, a RPG. Often considered to be one of the best on the Dreamcast. I haven't played that much of it, believe it or not. I just have not had time to get into it. But it looks amazing. Born of different worlds, woven together by fate, each shall rise to face their destiny. Ryudo has been hired to protect a young priestess who must participate in a ceremony to halt the encroaching rebirth of Valmar, the god of darkness. I'm not going to read anymore because it's really hard to read that tiny text in this lighting. But very nice. Next, we have Toy Commander, which is a great little, another one. This is another one of those great games for multiple players. It is fun alone. It's, basically you fly around or drive around and shoot your enemies to death. But it really shines in multiplayer. I've very seldom played it single player. But I do plan to probably do that on a video one of these days. But anyway, be nice to your toys. It's all-out war as neglected old-time toys rebel against the shiny new generation for the title of Toy Commander. Not your average fun and games. Again, up to 4 players. Genius. Next we have Deep Fighter. And another one I haven't played a whole lot of. Believe it or not, I've probably played this emulated more than I have in actual real life. But anyway, lead the last stand to save a world deep under the sea. Combat-rich environments. Dogfight. Multiple enemies. 8 different vehicles with a wide variety of weapons and tools. 6 expansive environments to do battle in. 8 bosses to conquer. 36 missions, each with their own objectives. Intelligent AI hunts the player. And again, pretty decent graphically. It'll probably look a little muddy by today's standards, but pretty good. Some of these games like Toy Commander, Pen, even Armada, still, you know what, Grandy, I'd say too, a lot of those actually do hold up still today because they were colorful. This one, not so much. There's a few games that just didn't hold up. This isn't one of them, though. This one's pretty good. Rippin' Riders. Got it for 99 cents, clearly, at some point. And as you can see, I've just got the disc in the back. Too bad I don't have the manual. Snowboard Warriors. Slash and burn your way through wild and wintry terrain. Jump huge boulders, shred steep ravines, and rack up the points with your insane tricks and mad skills. Pretty late 90s. Daytona USA. Very good version of this. I like the Saturn version of this quite a bit. And this version is, you know, obviously better, but I've got the I got the steering wheel for the for the Saturn, so I played it more than I played this one. But this was one of the games that brought them to the Dreamcast. Start your engines. Daytona USA delivers the blistering speed and bumper crashing action of stock car racing and takes it online. Download driving records and develop your racing strategy against a ghost car. Then compete in network rankings. With exclusive new racing circuits and secret unlockable vehicles. Had a problem with the word vehicles. Daytona USA provides an incredible racing experience every time you put the pedal to the metal. Looks really good. Look at that. Nice graphics on that. There we go. Looking complete. Little ad for 18-wheeler Pro American Trucker. Speed Devils. Called Speed Busters, I believe, on other platforms. It was actually Speed Busters was one of my favorite games on the PC at the time. It's a really good version of it. It's a little bit more murky. Not quite as amazing. Look at this. Look at that. There's going to be a theme of this, by the way. Tornadoes ripping through racetracks. And there we go. Wicked fast hot rod racing. High stakes gambling and custom car racing through Satan's playground. And there's a lot going on here. Yeah, I forgot about the UFO level. They mentioned that there. But yeah, there's a lot of great racing in this. Again, not quite as good as the PC version, but really, really fun game. Speaking of fun games, another one of my favorites. This one, when I mentioned games that don't graphically hold up, it doesn't, but the gameplay does. It plays amazingly. Demolition Racer, no exit. Let's see if I can get through one without messing up. And again, doesn't look as amazing as it does in the box, believe it or not, but I still play it every once in a while. Go out and buy a copy of Demolition Racer as soon as it hits the stores. Daily Radar. That's true. It is a really fun arcade racer. It's not like a Demolition Derby type of game, really. It is a racing game that has demolition in it, but it's balanced so that you want to smash into people to get more points. But anyway, it helps your place. So you can win the race and lose the race because you didn't hit anybody. But it's really, really fun game. Highly recommended. If you got a Dreamcast, you should get it. Yes, the graphics aren't amazing anymore, but the game is. Echo the Dolphin. Boy, you look like crap, Echo. What the heck happened to this disc? Anyway, Defender of the Future. I'm going to say something that's probably not going to make me super popular to a lot of people. I find the Echo games kind of boring. I played through part of it. Did I do it as a live stream? Or did I mean to do it as a live stream and just didn't live stream it? I don't know. But anyway, I played a little bit of it. You're Echo the Dolphin. You're underwater. There's some adventure in this. It's just not my thing, I guess. I prefer a little bit more shooty bangy bangy. That's a technical term, by the way, used by only the most professional YouTubers. Power Stone. This is the Japanese version. As I mentioned, my Dreamcast runs Japanese games as well as American games. I am so damn sick of my kid beating me at this game that I don't even really want to talk about it. But I do love it. It is a good fighting game. Jonah is so good at this game. It makes me sick. It really does. I think I beat him like 1 out of 10 games on this. But if you have a friend, it's a great multiplayer game. It's not too hard on single player. So if you want to play the single player, it is fun to play and really pretty great. Hey, I think I mentioned this one earlier. 18-wheeler Pro American Trucker. Heck yes. This is good stuff right here. It is an arcade game. It was originally an arcade game, had its own controls. If you have a steering wheel, you might want to use it with this one. It is a blast to play. There's really not much to it. It's just a basic point-to-point racing game, but it is just so much fun. I love this game. Absolutely love it. I think I've done a gameplay on this. Boy, I forgot how much I love Dreamcast games. We'll probably do a gameplay on this one because it's so good. I like the way this has a Daytona ad and the Daytona has an 18-wheeler ad in it, but you will love this game. So many must-haves for the Dreamcast, folks. I mean, I can't speak enough of it. Oh, here, I think this is one of my most recent pickups because it hasn't had all the things off it. Believe it or not, a wild find. Spirit of Speed 1937, often considered one of the worst racing games of all time. And unlimited power matched with supreme bravery. The formula for racing champions. Experience the sensation of total speed in the most exciting classic race cars of the 1930s. A thrill that swept the world and saw the rise of some of today's most prestigious car manufacturers, such as Alfa Romeo, and Mercedes. Yeah, it looks good, but it's not. By the way, look who made it. Look who made it. Look who made it. Yeah. Judge for yourself, folks. It's kind of neat thinking about them making games up into the Dreamcast era, isn't it? LGN. Expendable. This is great. If you have a chance, by the way, do yourself a big favor. Get Expendable rearmed on your outdated Android machine. I don't know if you can still buy it, but can you? I don't know, you might be able to still buy it, but it doesn't run on newer Android devices. But Expendable rearmed is amazing. It takes this game. This isn't bad. You know, it just maps the face buttons, but it's a dual stick shooter type of game. Nice 3D graphics. They haven't held up as much as they could, but again, the gameplay is excellent. And you'll see my name's on the back of it, which means it often goes to MGC with me. Means it gets played. And we will open this guy up. And there we go. There is the game. And the manual. Coming fall 1999. Test Drive 6. Oh, jeez. I wonder if I've got that. Been a while since I've gone through this collection. Dynamite Cop. Another, for goodness sake, if you got a Dreamcast, you want this game. Pay whatever price. I think I did. I think this is outrageously priced. Anyway, it is a beat 'em up. It is fun. My son and I have finished this game probably about 3-4 times now. It just has a really good sense of humor about itself. A lot of weapons to pick up. Great to play with a friend. It's only 2-player. You can't play 4-player, but still, really great game. Very colorful, graphics hold up. Gonna like this one. Got good aim with a rack of beef? Then get creative with your weapons. Hurl anything that's not nailed down at the no good pirates who've kidnapped the president's daughter. This ain't no clean fight. That's true. Fun, fun, fun. Nothing but good to say about this one. Again, that's the pattern. Dreamcast was amazing. Time Stalker. I don't think I've ever actually played it. Huh. It's got a receipt in it. Bought it, was going to use it. I think I've got Zombie Revenge around here somewhere. Anyway, Unravel the Tangle of Time. That looks really good. They did really good with this box art. Enter a new dimension where time portals collide and create sheer chaos. You are Sword, a great hero who can solve its mystery and return the people to their right place in time. RPG. There weren't enough of them on here. There were some good RPGs for the Dreamcast. There just weren't a whole lot at a time where, well, RPGs were becoming pretty big. Rayman 2: The Great Escape by Ubisoft. What a surprise. It's a Rayman game. And, yep, 3D platforming. Check. I actually liked this game quite a bit in the day. I mean, you know, we didn't have Mario 64 on the Dreamcast, so we had this. And it wasn't bad. I think it got decent reviews. As I recall, it was well liked. But don't remember a whole lot other than the first couple times I played it, to be honest. Coaster Works. Build the ride of your life. I probably got this in a lot, I'm gonna guess. Again, there's people who really like this game. I've seen that there's channels dedicated to building coasters and this kind of game. And I think this game actually has some really big fans. But I'm not a big fan of building roller coasters. I bet Larry'd like this one though. So you think you Jeez. Come on! I'm gonna make it through one of these, I swear. You build it, you ride it. So you think you can design a better coaster than the pros? Prove it. Design and build, then ride your very own dream roller coaster. Yes, that's right, ride it! Realistic physics combined with the look, feel, and sound of a real roller coaster put you in the front seat of the wildest ride of your life. Well, can't complain about that. No, somebody will, though. Next, Crazy Taxi 2. How do I not have the cover for this? I don't know. You ever played Crazy Taxi? I'm gonna guess if you're watching this channel you have. Great little arcade game, very enjoyable. I like it because it's playable in small bursts, which is very often all the time I have. So I do find this game very enjoyable. Love the music on the first one better than the second one, but the second one's not bad at all. Pretty neato. Should I do this one? I'm gonna do this one next. This is Seaman. Feel free to have fun making comments about that. And here he is on the back. I'm not gonna read too much about it. Virtual aquarium. If you're wondering where the mic is, I do have it. It does require a mic because you train your Seaman using this horrendous mic. And this guy right here. So there's that. So this plugs into here, and then that plugs into your controller. Look at how awful this looks. That has not aged well. I was kind of surprised when I found this. I found this at a thrift shop, and the mic and everything was separate, so I wasn't very excited to find Seaman because I've seen it like just loose a few times. But then there was this packed away, and boom, I got a complete set. So really happy about that. Wouldn't mind getting the box for it, the proper box for it, but it's fine. Jeez, do I got another one that's... Ah, man. In a second, you'll see what I'm complaining about. Anyway, Sega Marine Fishing. You know what's better than this? Sega Bass Fishing. That's a personal opinion. So feel free to not agree with me. Hook one and hang on. Sega Marine Fishing, the sequel to the Smash Arcade hit and Dreamcast All-Star Sega Bass Fishing. Wow, and Dreamcast All-Star Sega Bass Fishing. That's way better. Anyway, features all the thrills and action of the deep sea fishing, complete with blue marlin, sailfish, tarpon. I almost misread that one hard. Tuna, and the dangerous Mako shark. There we go. And if you're wondering if I have the fishing controller, of course I do. Of course. And that's in storage though. I bring that to MGC as well, so it's just sitting there awaiting the day when I unpack it. It's by the way, if you ever get a chance to play some of Sega's fishing games, they're amazing. Alright, so here's what I was all upset about. I didn't realize that I had Crazy Taxi without a cover. That's just wrong. I'm gonna have to go get... It's got nothing. It is just a disc. Let's go make some crazy money! Everything that I said about the second Crazy Taxi applies to the first, except the first is better. That's it. Dino Crisis! Hey, I had to put a new case on this. This is another more recent acquisition. I have only played this emulated. I've never actually played it on the Dreamcast, even though I have a Dreamcast to have the game. Played emulated though. And it is fun. I actually like this one. I know the controls are kind of horrendous, but they're really nice. A really nice game. By the creators of Resident Evil. Nice. How many times can I throw nice in there, you think? And here we have Jet Grind Radio. It's a skating game. And I have nothing to say about it because I've played it about 2-3 times. That said, you can get this on a number of platforms, so if you're interested, it has nice graphics. It's a great video, huh? Feeling it? Yeah, whatever. Hydraul Thunder, another game I've played a lot. Interesting fact about this one, I used to play this on a projector. I would plug it into the projector and play it because it is awesome on a big screen. It is great. It does not work with RGB out. So, RGB out, am I saying that right? No. Yeah. Am I right about that? Correct me on this. Correct me on this. It does not work with the better output. You can use composite, but not component out, which was pretty common. It had like a VGA connector or an SVGA connector that you could buy for it, and this would not work with it, which is kind of sad, really. But anyway, here's the back of it. Prepare for the power, speed, and thrills of Hydraul Thunder Superboat Racing. Mighty haul your way to the finish line of the most treacherous water courses imaginable. And this is fun, and it's pretty hard. I found it to be very difficult, but still very enjoyable. Again, you've got a 2-player mode for this one, but no 4-player. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is a really good game too. Another must-have for your collection. Unless you're using VGA out. Choo Choo Rocket. Amazing game. There's been a couple of remakes of this recently that are really good as well. I've got the Japanese version. Doesn't matter. You don't really need the instructions or the writing. It's got the spine card on that, which is kind of nice. And hold on a second, I'm running out of juice. There we go, power's back on. Sonic Adventure. And this is a really, really rough copy of the game. I actually liked this game quite a bit back in the day. Yet again, it hasn't aged amazingly well. And my copy is really beat up. But, oh, this is Sonic Adventure 2. Psh. Pshaw, Rob. What have you done? Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. It's a... Wow. It's both. Never noticed that because I never popped it in. I'll be darned. Alright, tell me something about this one. Was this a thing where they sold 1 and 2 together? Am I a mess? Am I wrong about this? Comments down below. Find out about that one. Need to know more. Alright. Sega Bass Fishing. Have this game for the Dreamcast. I'm not saying I have this game, obviously I do. If you have a Dreamcast, you should have this, and you should have the controller for it. Which I do, as I mentioned. The rod controller is awesome. Rod, reel, lure, weather, time, temperature, location, it all matters if you want to land the biggest fish in the lake. Use all your experience and trickery to see if you can bait the bass. And this was originally an arcade game. It's amazing. My wife has I can't remember what it is anymore, but my wife had the group record for largest bass in the game for the longest time in our group. In fact, to the point where Jim questioned whether she had cheated or whether she was lying or not. But she doesn't lie much, so you know, except when she's telling me I'm looking good. But anyway, so no, I saw it. I witnessed it. So yeah, she's not. Boy, I'm just gonna. Hope you're not watching, Darlene. Just gonna backtrack the heck out of all that. All right. Anyway, Shenmue. It's considered a must-have. It's a role-playing game. It is still really good looking, in my opinion. I don't find it as exciting as some other people find it. I don't spend a lot of time playing it, and haven't. I kind of got bored pretty early on with it, but you know, it's whatever you're into, that's absolutely fine. Have no problem with it. It's considered a must-have, so I have it. Silver, which is an RPG. Boy, I did get a lot of new Dreamcast games since that last video a few years ago. Silver is an RPG. It's actually pretty good if you like things that are kind of like Diablo. You want something Diablo-like or Diablo-esque? Here you go, buddy. You can have Silver, or ma'am. Silver, a corrupt and sinister sorcerer, rules the land of Jara with an iron fist. He and his henchmen have abducted the village women as part of a pact with the almighty god, Apocalypse. Now only one man can put a stop to Silver and his minions, and it's you, David, a promising young knight determined to save his beloved. That's right. Silver. Not a rare game, but not often seen. Like, it's not something you're generally going to be able to pick up at a store. You're going to have to go online for that one. As you are for this one. Heavy Metal Geomatrix by Capcom. This game, pretty much any show we go to, any of those, any convention that we go to, this game is there. And it is a fighting game, and it's based on the Heavy Metal cartoon? Yeah, comic book or cartoon. It's really amazing. Really, really love this game. You will enjoy it, and if you play it on YouTube, you will totally get in trouble. Fair warning. Just want you to know, they will take all the money. They will take, they will say, no, that's all mine. And then they'll fight over your corpse. Don't play it. I mean, play it at home. Don't record it. My goodness. Anyway. There's a story behind that, in case you're wondering. Soul Reaver. First introduction I had to the Legacy of Kain series, and it's a really, really good one. It is just a great over-the-shoulder... It's not a shooter. It's an over-the-shoulder role-playing adventure. Heck with it. Let's read it. Betrayal, intrigue, revenge. As Raziel stalk the shadows of Nosgoth, feeding on the souls of your former vampire brethren in your quest to destroy your creator, Kain. After being betrayed and executed by Kain, return to Nosgoth on an epic mission of revenge. A milestone in 3D adventure, and that's true. This is still a fun game to play today. Should I say emulate it? Nah, you know what? Play it on the Dreamcast. It plays just fine on there. Every once in a while, I think something's better emulated, but I'm going to take that back on this one. Somebody might comment, hey, you can't even emulate this. I'm pretty sure you can, because I'm pretty sure I've played it emulated, but sometimes people are like, it's imperfect in emulation. Yeah, it's emulation. It's never going to be perfect, because you're not playing with the same controllers on the same device. Not going to get into it. Gauntlet Legends. Actually, this game's pretty good. It's a bit of an RPG-ish version of Gauntlet in 3D. It's fun. I kind of wish I had the graphics to show you there, but I don't. Enjoyable. It was made on several different platforms, by the way. You can get this on the PS2 if you have one. I think they might have made it on the Xbox as well. Worth to play. worth the plan on either one, or worth the play. I don't know how to put it. Anyway, here's Virtual On, and this is a robot over-the-shoulder fighting game. I really like this one. I enjoy it. Wait, no, this one is the side. No, this is the over-the-shoulder one. Ugh, I always get this confused with another one that you guys can probably name for me. Look at it, it's got a Hollywood Video sticker on it. That is awesome. By the way, that makes this worth $1 million alone. Anyway, Virtual On. It's a sequel. The sequel to the wildly popular arcade fighting game Virtual On, which I think I got the controller and such for the PS1. Boy, let's just keep segueing. Comes to your Sega Dreamcast in this perfect detail by detail version. You won't believe how exact, how frantic, and how explosive it is. Giant Virtuoids rule the arena, each with a unique weapons array and thirst for destruction, and with only one thing in mind: your extinction. Let's put it right here. Let's do that. There. That would have been way better if I had done it that way. Let's re-angle. Ooga Booga and Ooga Booga! The only difference is that one of them's sealed and one of them isn't. That's because I like this game so freaking much. How do I describe it? Party game where you like beat stuff up. It is just as fun as heck, and nothing but good to say about it. Multiplayer combat. That's right. Four players. Wage all-out war in a wacky Polynesian game world. Strap on your grass skirt because you're the big kahuna, battling for the heart of the volcano goddess, Ooga Booga. So much fun. So much fun. Again, another must-have for the Dreamcast. If you have friends, you definitely want to play this with them. Might bring this to Mad with Power. Or at least a facsimile of Vigilante 8. Two types of people in this world: people who think Vigilante 8 is amazing, and people like me who think it's okay. But, it's a vehicle to destruct them up. It's pretty nice. Graphically, it's really great looking. This is the second one, by the way, second offense, so this is number 2. But, I don't know. I just never got into it as much. But still, good stuff. And I still hate the camera angle. Let's fix that. Look at that! It's a first-person shooter for the Dreamcast, and I have it, and I've never opened it. Why do I buy games I'm never going to play? Well, I'll tell you why. I probably got it cheap, because I knew this game before I got it. I had played it before. I had it the first time I had the Dreamcast. It's actually okay. Before I really got into... no, that's not really true. I tried hard, I think is the words I'm going to use for this. I tried hard to love first-person shooters on the Dreamcast. It just never worked out for me. But anyway, based on the characters from Todd McFarlane's best-selling Kiss Psycho Circus comic book series, Horde technology allows for an unprecedented amount of creatures on the screen at once. Let the carnage begin! And yeah, it's graphically nice. Look at that. That looks great, but again, it's just dealing with the controllers of the time. That was one of the big mistakes I think they made on the Dreamcast is, like a year later, dual sticks. Man, that was the thing. Here's Space Channel 5. It's a dancing game. Believe it or not, never played it. Not once in my life. Not even emulated. Just never felt the urge to play it, and there's people who are going to feel that is a sacrilege, and I'm sorry, but rhythm games other than was it Donkey Konga, which I really like. I just generally don't care for the rhythm games very much. Parappa the Rapper I thought was pretty good. And Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. That was the name of it, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. But this one I never really got into. Big apologies, really. Sega Tennis. If you are into tennis, I hear this is a great game. I have, yet again, never played it. So what that really means on this particular game is I somehow got it cheap. It looks really good though. Nice copy of it. Tennis 2K2. Oh, Charge and Blast. There we go. There's Charge and Blast. I have some friends that are really big fans of this game. It's okay. I don't hate it. Graphically, I think it holds up really, really well. Get ready, lock, load, and Charge and Blast. The ultimate shoot-'em-up action game has blasted its way onto the Sega Dreamcast. Developed by the same team who brought you House of the Dead and Sega Bass Fishing, Charge and Blast is guaranteed to make you beg for more. Look at that. Some good-looking gaming right there. With an Iron Aces ad. I don't know how that worked out for him. Alright. Next, MDK2. Loved the original and never played the second one. Apparently I got this at Bookman's. Outsnipe, outshoot, outthink, and this isn't... As I recall, this is over the shoulder, right? Yeah, so this one wasn't so bad. Some of these games suffered if they didn't have a dual stick, but I think this one, as I recall, I never really felt like I was fighting. And the original MDK was amazing. And this one, well, don't know. Barely played. Moment of silence. Capcom versus SNK. Well, as we know, I'm not a huge fan of beat-em-ups, but I do like this kind of thing. Again, haven't played a lot of it. But, but this is the Japanese version. No spine card, though, unfortunately. And, looks pretty good, though. Japanese version, yep. Not much to say there, sorry. We're hitting the end, though. We're reaching the end here. Here is Mr. Driller. Why a 2D game on the Dreamcast? Because it is fabulous. I love Mr. Driller. And the Dreamcast version is perfect. Fun game to play. Say what you will. I can't read it. It's in Japanese. But look at that. Very nice. Good version of it. There's a lot of good versions of Mr. Driller, to be fair. But I do like this one a lot. We're down to the last 3 or 4. And one of them's a repeat. Soul Calibur. Yet again. If you have a Dreamcast, what game do you need? Soul Calibur. Of course you do. It can be a little overpriced nowadays. I thought it was so popular that you would never have a problem getting it and it would be cheap. But no, not necessarily cheap. Generally speaking, if I've got the Japanese version of something, either I got a really good deal on it or it's super expensive to get the American version. So there we go. Oh yeah. Okay, I got 3 more. This one's a repeat, not gonna bother too much with it. 18-wheeler Pro American Trucker. This is the one that goes on tour with me. And it's the Japanese version, which is pretty much identical to the American version. So you don't have to worry about that. Many of the games that are Japanese for the Dreamcast are just fine for playing. Exception would be probably RPGs. Next, I do have the keyboard, as I showed you on the box earlier. That came with the Hello Kitty Dreamcast. The Typing of the Dead. It is a great game for the Dreamcast. And I'm terrible at it. Terrible. Everyone who is younger than Gen X types way better than us. It is not even a competition. I don't even think this game is hard for like you guys that are like 30 and younger. Am I right about that? Not even a challenge? Alright, final game. I don't know if people know this, but I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. So here we have Evil Dead, Hail to the King, another sealed game of mine. The last one was too, by the way. And here we go. I always wanted this one, and I picked this one up maybe a couple years ago. Chainsaws, boomsticks, and deadites, oh my. Slice and dice the undead with a weapon in each hand. Fight evil across the spans of time. From the infamous cabin to the ancient Damascus. The ancient Damascus. Over 20 grisly evil deadites attempt to swallow your soul. Best of all, Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell as Ash. Hail to the King, baby. Oh man. It's good that I made it through this. And there we go. That is my last game. And there we go. That is my Sega Dreamcast collection as of 2021. Is there anything like really cool that I'm missing in this collection? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll try and pick it up. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do me a big favor. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more, ring that bell, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.